Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans, droids, all beautiful Kiade Mundi Coneheads. In today's video, where how do I start this explanation off? You know, we've hit many milestones in this game that we can brag about. I did it. You know that Bob the Builder song? Is that Bob the Builder? We did it. We did it. We did it. No, that's Dora the Explorer, right? Gary fact checked me. We did it. Okay. Anyways, regardless, today I'm hitting a milestone on the greatest free-to-play content ever free-to-play in the history of free-to-play, and I don't know if I'm entirely proud of it, but I'm proud of my guild. Today we're hitting an interesting point in this game, and there is a lesson to be learned in this video. What is it gonna be? I'll tell you eventually when I figured it out today. I am gonna be unlocking Third Sister, aka Reva, in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes for free, and this is a wild problem, just adding fuel to the fire of my current issue on this account in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So why don't you guys come on, vamonos, everybody, let's go to the greatest free-to-play account. Let's go mount. We'll work on we'll work. Let's go. We'll figure the rhyming out later. Okay, listen, this ain't no Dora the Explorer. Okay, this is Arnold the Whaler. Okay, well, let's just get anyways, Third Sister Reva. We've had Rise of the Empire run for quite a few years now, and we've been, my guild and I, we've been playing Rise of the Empire pretty consistently since it came out. Maybe a few breaks to do like something like, you know, Geonosis TV, but eventually we're at the point where we're playing Rise of the Empire permanently for quite a while now. And you know, we don't have many people in my guild that have Inquisitors up and running, so this is one of those things where it took a few years and it kind of crept up on me out of nowhere, where today it's like, oh, I'm gonna be unlocking Reva without even really trying, or I'm gonna be straight without putting any effort in. Let's give shout outs to the OGs, the real players in the guild that carried us for the past several years here. You know, we get about 17 shards, whatever it is, per rotation of Rise of the Empire, and you know, it's gonna take a while. You know, that's let's say 330 divided by 17. That's about, you know, 19 or so rotations of Rise of the Empire, something like that. Is the math right? I don't know. Don't fact check me on that there. But these are the people that made it all possible, and every little bit adds up over time, where today we're gonna claim the shards and unlock this again. You know, I've unlocked pretty much all the characters, you know, in this game with the, you know, getting all the Galactic Legends. I've unlocked Galactic Legends multiple times, but this one, there's no debating. This was a hard carry right here for me, and even the rest of my guild. My guild now is filled with Third Sister Reva, so it wasn't just me. It was our entire guild, and it really, you know, if you're in a guild like this and someone's carrying you, make sure you thank and be like, you know, maybe it took us like 10 years to get Reva, but we all have it in the guild because of you guys. This really just goes to show the power of community, right? You know, everyone kind of working together, and sometimes there's people going above and beyond, carrying the others to take them across the finish line. And you know what? It's just like this. Not saying everyone who's got Reva's a whale, but it's like you have a whale, then you have all the people kind of swimming with the whales, right? We like to draft off them, right? But anyways, let's go ahead, my friends. We're gonna unlock Third Sister Reva, so why don't you go and clap it out, join with me, and then we'll have more of a conversation after this. But let's go sort of celebrate unlocking Third Sister Reva. All right, big unlock, big milestone for this free-to-play account. Let's freaking go. 3, 2, and no, you don't need to see my face. Get rid of my ugly face. You guys see enough of it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, send it over. Yeah! Reva, come on, spin around. Let's get that 360-degree view of you. And you know what? I'm feeling a little dance. Come on. So why don't we go hit that Kyber Club dance floor? Let's go, baby! This is a big deal, people. It's you know, it's not like, you know, when I make all those videos, you know, beating Malik for the 5 millionth time or unlocking Jedi Knight Luke, you know, that's a personal journey you got to go through. But man, third sister Reva, this basically has ended it in my account without me really trying or putting any effort towards her. This is, I think many would agree, sort of like a mini galactic legendish team that exists in the game. And this is some crazy firepower that just happens to fall from the above into not my roster, my whole entire guild's roster. But this is compounding a problem that I've already discussed with you guys. We did a little roster review of my account just a month or two ago for my 4-year update on this account, and we got a lot going on here. Just unlocked Galactic Legend late the other day, so we are killing it in that Galactic Legend hemisphere. Recently just got my Dark Side Vision raid. This has been a huge upgrade for my free-to-play account, making my defense a lot more difficult, or doing some great stuff on offense with her. So we're in a great spot here, but you guys know we have this little bit of a problem. And this takes us to kind of this section here where we have a lot of conquest characters. And the problem is Kyrotech is that main currency that keeps the engine moving in this game. You know, you might say Crystals, you might say Droid Brains. No, Kyrotech. When I'm looking at a farm, I'm like, how many Kyrotech do I need to get them from point A to point Z? And this is just going to be a problem I'm going to have with Reva now. So just to give a quick update for those that don't follow the account, currently I am on the journey guide for Darth Revan's capital ship. Recently got Revan to gear 13. Finally, he's another one of those characters. I was just sitting at gear 12 forever. So making our way slowly but surely. It's probably going to be about midsummer, I suspect, until I can finally unlock the Leviathan. Currently building up, trying to, it's also kind of attacks one of the problems I have. I want to build up the conquest characters I have. So right now I'm kind of jumping the gun, working on Darth Malgus before I work on the rest of the Leviathan requirements. You kind of need Malgus anyways to be in a good spot for the fleet to be great. So it's not completely wasted effort. But man, I mean, I have Maul I've been wanting to invest in. Luthen, yeah, not so much Ben. Ezra Bridger Exile I've been wanting to invest resources. Boba Fett Sign of Django is going to stay factory sealed in that in that spot here. But now we got Reva. And this brings up a point. It's kind of a joke, but it's kind of not. So Reva's going to be in this spot where, you know, it's going to be a while till I get around to her. But this opens up an area of opportunity that I'm likely going to explore once the Leviathan's completed. Reva, my rule of thumb is for the beautiful Grand Inquisitor. I hear you guys love that, but I've heard nothing to this day but positive reviews. You know, unlike Malik, which yes, it's a very challenging moment. Everyone I talk to, they look back at the Malik like, you know, that was an actual, yes, it was a challenge, but it was rewarding. It was a great experience once you're past the event, of course. But the Grand Inquisitor event, no, that can burn in the darkest depths of Galaxy of Heroes hell, whatever hell is in Star Wars universe. I don't care. Mustafar, sure. This event is absolutely painful. And my rule of thumb, and it makes sense, just hear me out, people. People should not be unlocking Grand Inquisitor unless they fall into certain categories. Number one, you bought the Lightspeed bundle. All right, you gotta get the Grand Inquisitor at that point. When is it gonna return? I don't know. Comment down below. Lightspeed bundle when? We just got some new ones. You guys want more? All right, well, I don't know when it's gonna happen. Maybe in the near future. But the second reason to unlock Grand Inquisitor, if you're extremely desperate to get the Scythe up and running. Scythe has lost some viability since the Chimera nerf, but it's still a good capital ship. Of course, you're gonna want it. But really the third thing, the primary reason that you should be pushing for Grand Inquisitor. No one should be like, oh, I want to farm Grand Inquisitor unless you just really like him as a fan. That's a different thing. The game's supposed to be fun at the end of the day. Who cares if he's not the best character in the game without Reva? But the third reason to finally go ahead and unlock this Grand Inquisitor right here, this Ronald McDonald looking Inquisitor, is when you have Reva. When you have Reva, that is when I tell people that's the green light to finally get this guy, because Grand Inquisitor, we all can agree, shines the most, shines bright like a diamond. Was it right? That was Rihanna. Shines bright like a diamond when he's got Reva to pair along with him. So now I'm in this spot where I have that green light. It's go, 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 go. Once you have Reva, it's time to get Grand Inquisitor, because now you can capitalize, yes, on the Scythe, but more importantly, having a top tier team, because without Reva, don't get me going. Don't get me going about Grand Inquisitor release. Oh, gosh. Great times back then, right? Great times. So it's just a weird thing. And I think that it's kind of it's interesting to bring up this milestone, because I get a lot of people that say, hey, you know, when do I get Grand Inquisitor? It really depends a function of your guild. And all it really takes, I know this game is a marathon, a big marathon. Yes, we want all these characters within like a month, right? But for some characters, you know, you don't need to be in the greatest guild of all time in terms of roster size. You can be in the greatest guild of great players, right? Just amazing people to hang out with. But it's all about just, you know, 5-10 people like my guild. And it kind of, I think the number increased. Looks, I think maybe a few people bought the Lightspeed bundle, but you know, over time, it adds up, and eventually you get to that point when you have Reva, and that means it's go time for that. So it's probably gonna be a little bit until I can fully invest in Reva, but it's on my agenda now. It was something I wasn't planning for at the beginning of this year, and then it's like, oh shoot, the Reva just crept up on me, just like that Akon song. I know Akon, he saw someone creeping in his shadow. I did not see Reva creeping into my shadow until she was already basically unlocked at this point. So I just want to give a big shout out to my guild, all those great people just kind of giving us, me and my entire guild, those shards over the past couple, years of Rise of the Empire. Big amount of firepower, even though she's been out in the game for a couple years now, still a top tier team that you're going to want inside your roster. But unfortunately, she's got to wait in the line for Chirotex. But Reva, I think I can kind of promise you, once Malgus and Reva have their Leviathan up and running, I think you're going to be next on the radar. Because I'm at this point right now where I kind of have all the core Galactic Legends. The only ones I really are missing are Lord Vader, Rey, and Ahsoka. I think I'd rather build up some Conquest characters. Build up the Reva, build up Ezra Bridger Exile for my Master Luke potentially, and then build up Maul. So that's going to be pretty much the primary focus, I think, for the foreseeable future as we move into potentially starting a new account in 2026. Oh man, I'm feeling awful playing this game. That's going to be all for today, my friends. Just wanted to share this weird milestone, and it really wasn't by my design, except just being with amazing people. But that's what you got to be. You got to be with amazing people at the end of the day. So please congratulate me in the chat. Say, Arnold, you're the best, even though you didn't really do any effort on did I even show you guys my Inquisitors? I don't know if I want to show you my Inquisitors. Yeah, you want to see my Inquisitors? Yeah. Wow, Arnold, you really carried hard in that Rise of the Empire special mission. I know, but you know what? You guys carry even harder this lovely Empire, this lovely game that we play. So leave that like, comment down below, subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And as always, remember, it's great to be in the Empire today. Oh, it's great to be in the Empire today. The sun never sets.